Hello, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. We have cleansed our space this morning. Happy Saturday. Um, I saged and did Palo Santo for the energies here and to cleanse my space, to invite in the sweet spirit. And now I've lit a incense. And I was just saying that the message today I was feeling as I sat down to do this reading was something secret, either something that you don't know, someone don't want you to know, or something that you are holding a secret you don't want others to know. That's the energy I'm getting. So we're going to tap into that energy and see what that is. Some secret or something that is supposed to be remain unknown. With that being said, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. And if you are watching and receiving the message, I do ask that you reciprocate the energy, because when you stop to watch, you're receiving of the energy that I'm putting out. And balance would say that there would need to be like some reciprocation of that action. An easy way to do that, that's free, is to like, share, comment on the video. If you have not and you're liking, you find yourself returning and you haven't subscribed, you are welcome. I invite you to subscribe, to reciprocate the energy, right? There's the principle called balance that calls into play here. And so let's take a look for my viewer today on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday. And this energy that wants to remain hidden, whether it's you wanting to remain hidden or don't want something to be known, or whether it's someone concerning you that don't want you to know something. We're going to tap into it, Spirit, please and thank you. Five of Inspiration, so lots of busyness, jumping around. This could be, if it is you that doesn't want this energy to be known, this could be like trying to do all these different things to distract from the actual thing that you don't want people to know about. Or you may not want a specific someone to know. It just feels like busyness, unnecessary busyness. That could be the energy that you're in. That could be someone, performing and acting out around you, right? You could be experiencing this energy of overwhelm and just like, it feels like a lot of distractions, unnecessary movement with no purpose behind it. And guess what comes out? The devil. The devil is busy. The devil comes out. Of course, we know that that is along those same lines. This could be where you are right now, what you're experiencing. The situation could be one very deceptive, where things are hidden, or there's an ulterior motive that may have a lot to do with someone wanting to manipulate or control a situation or dominate a situation or someone, right? Let's see here. What else comes out? We have the 10 of Emotions. So there's something good that is possibly present here. This could be around what is being hidden. There's some opportunity here that may be being hidden, or someone wants to take this away, don't want you to know about this opportunity. Whatever that is, it's the 10 of Cups is something that would benefit you. Something that would make you very happy. Oh, my humidifier's out of water. I'm gonna have to fill it back up. And I'm on my way to go get some more plants. I think I may go a little bit bigger this time as well. Let's see. Yeah, so there's something good about this. This could be something that you don't want anyone to know because you don't want them to mess it up. You don't want them to, sometimes you have an idea that is far reaching, doable, but far reaching, and you don't really want to share it until it's done, because you don't want anybody to put their mouth on it. You don't want nobody to speak on it or to discourage you. Maybe there's been times in the past where people have done that to you, and you presented some fabulous idea and someone was like, oh, that'll never work, or you'll never be able to do that. How are you going to do that? And for every, positive idea you presented, they possibly came up with something negative to say, just very, Debbie Downer type of energy. And so spirit could be letting you know not to share it, to keep it to yourself. Or there could be something about this situation, if it's someone else that's keeping it from you, they don't want to hurt your feelings, or they're afraid of some type of disappointment. And there's something around that spirit wants you to know. There's some disappointment in this situation. We're going to find out more about this in a second here. Someone may be afraid that you might abandon them. And so they're holding back some information for fear of disappointment or heartbreak. 5 voices. I feel like someone's operating from a very broken place with the 5 of voices. There's a lot of fear, a lot of maybe dealing with our own negative voices, right? This could be someone that, and if it's you that's holding back, this could be just operating out of, a lack mentality. That's kind of like the energy that I'm feeling here. We're going to go back and clarify these energies. Let's see here. And I feel like no matter what happens with the world coming out, this, if it is a fear, someone's holding back something, information, an opportunity for fear of you leaving or possibly surpassing them or getting ahead of them, or there's some fear of abandonment, I feel. But this is going to happen anyway with the world in the near future. Something is coming to an end anyway. Someone is moving to the next level anyway. With the world, someone may be traveling anyway. If someone's trying to hold you back from an opportunity that will allow you to travel or go somewhere else, it's going to happen anyway, regardless. There's nothing that they can do to stop this. And if it's not that thing that they are withholding, it's going to be something else that's going to pop up. This is happening. I feel like there's something recently where someone began to see things in a higher light. Someone began to allow themselves to step out and go after what it is that they were seeing. I feel like someone may have had some type of vision or some type of idea, some type of even opening that allowed them to step into this energy and pursue what it is that they wanted. There was some opportunity that just opened up that changed everything, that changed how this person is seeing things. And someone may not like that. Someone may not like this spark that has just brightened in someone's eye. And so they're holding back something, some information, some opportunity. And I feel like it's in a way that will stop someone from advancing or moving forward or going after what they want or being able to get what it is that they have coming to them, knowing that there's nothing that they can do to stop it. For the person holding this energy or this information, this opportunity, how are they seeing this person? And if it's you holding information back from someone else, how are they seeing you? How is the person that the information or the opportunity being withheld from, how are they being viewed right now? as the Four of Voices, non-responsive. You or this person that's being withheld from may not be doing what someone else wants you to do. You may not be responding in the way that they want you to respond, or reacting, right, to the drama, to whatever it is that is supposed to be this illusion that's being thrown out there. You're not responding to it. Yeah. I feel like you definitely have your eye on a prize, or they have their eye on a prize. And that's part of why this is coming so strongly, is because you're not taking the bait. You're not biting the apple. You have your eyes on something else. And because of that, because you're not taking the bait and biting the apple, you are, like I said, this is happening, the Three of Wands. And it's almost unstoppable, right? You see the dominoes that has started falling. It's a chain reaction. One thing's going to lead to the other. Yeah, this is set up for, the completion of this. Once it gets going, and it's already gotten going, there's nothing that can stop it. Very little that can stop it. It's almost like a progression of dominoes just falling over. And in that same way, for whoever this is that the information is being withheld from, there's not a lot that can stop this. It's already been set in motion. And there's something in the immediate future that's going to set this off, that's going to set this in motion. The moon comes out, which is also like feeding more into that fear. Like someone is afraid of what's going to happen because they don't have control over you, or because you don't have control. You don't feel like you have control over the situation. This fear, like whatever. And sometimes I do this too. It's like, sometimes we think of the worst thing that could happen when that's like the furthest thing from the truth. Why is that coming into the equation? Why is all of this negativity around what could happen popping up, right? There's someone has a fear of like the worst thing that could happen, or they may have had like a dream or some type of premonition that something bad is going to happen, but there's no merit to that, right? There's no merit to that. And so someone may be feeling like they're acting in the best interest, but that may not be true, because there may be someone acting out of fear. Let's see. How will all of this end? Ooh, with the Queen of Cups. I feel like it's going to end with a lot of balance emotionally, a lot of continued self-care, right? A lot of ignoring the BS and pouring into what it is that needs to be done. The Queen of Cups is very balanced. And even though there could be things happening around that may be negative, I don't feel like there's going to be a lot of feeding into that. Even though there could be connection and reaction to the negativity, it's going to be a very mature reaction with the Queen of Wands. Now, unconsciously, we have the Hierophant coming out. And so there could be some spiritual connection here with the Hierophant. There could be some spiritual connection. There could be some wanting to dictate around your beliefs and your values. There could be some type of institutional, and I don't know why I'm hearing brainwashing that is leading this charge. Nine of Wands, the Strength, and the Knight of Materials. Yeah, and it almost feels like it could be, like I was saying, this could be someone operating out of a space that really believes that they're doing the right thing by you, because there's some previous belief system in operation, right? There's some previous belief system in operation with the Hierophant here that may place this person in a position to say, well, I know what's best, or I have this type of experience, therefore I know where this is going to lead, but they don't know. Neither do they have the right to speak for you, for someone else. And if this is you operating out of your belief to move out of this situation, this pattern of tradition. Yeah. And I feel like there's some healing that's taking place here too for you. Let's clarify some things. So when I look at the Five of Wands, why does that come out in where you are right now? Why does the Five of Wands come out? So I don't know if you started like a new position, a new job, where you stepped into this place where people may feel intimidated by your potential, by what you have to offer. You could be, I don't know, surrounded by people that are young and immature, maybe selfish, right? They don't want to share the wealth. They don't want to share the information. People that are operating from a individual perspective, and it could be young energy, inexperienced. You could be young, and people could think that they know more than you because you are young, right? And that's not necessarily true. I know a lot of young people that are very wise, that instruct older people, right? And so there's something misconstrued about you, and it could have something to do with age, okay? This information, this opportunity that someone is trying to withhold from you has something to do with that, how they view you, okay? And when we looked at the situation, we saw the devil come out here. Yeah, this is very busy energy, very dramatic. You know how sometimes people will keep things moving? A magician, the art of the magic is to keep things moving so you can't really see what's happening. That's what this feels like. It's like a lot of moving pieces for distraction. And in distracting you, or this could be your method, right? In the distraction, there's something that's being missed because they're preoccupied with the moving pieces. Or there could be a lot of drama that's being incited just to keep people's eyes on this thing instead of what's really taking place, right? It's like smoking mirrors because you don't really want people to see this, so you incite this to keep their eyes over there. This could be someone trying to distract you from what you need to be paying attention to, from an opportunity that's coming your way so you don't see it. Don't fall for the drama. Don't fall for it. If you feel like someone's inciting unnecessary drama, pay close attention to the other things that's happening, right? Pay close attention, because I feel like behind those smoking screens is someone that may be trying to take your opportunity. Yeah, maybe trying to take your opportunity, or maybe trying to cause you to miss your boat that's coming for you. So there's something about deceit, dishonesty, drama around what's happening. And the intention behind it is to take, to steal, to deceive behind closed doors, like, moving mirrors, smoke screens. There's a lot going on here in the environment. But this Ten of Cups is the opportunity. This is what's being hidden. The Nine of Cups comes out. The Ten of Cups. What is this Ten of Cups? This opportunity to move from the drama into your own place. This could have something to do with a promotion, if it is work related, a new position, a new job elsewhere, you receiving the recognition that you desire. Someone may be trying to smear your name or your reputation so you don't get the type of recognition that you deserve. And so, yeah, they see it before you do. Many times that is the situation. People can see things that's coming your way before you do. And you be wondering, why are they so rude to me? You know, why are they being just dismissive? That's why, because they see what you get to see. They may even be trying to do a destiny swap. I know some people don't believe in that, but basically that just means I want what you have. And I'm willing to, mess things up for you so that I can have the opportunity to have it. Right? But there's something here for you. The universe brings out the Three of Swords to let you know to be on guard. With the Seven of Wands, decide wisely. This may be a time to think about yourself. This may be a time to consult for higher levels of wisdom from people maybe that are older than you, that have more experience than you, that you can trust, though. There's something about having good boundaries here and choosing wisely who you build relationships with at this point, who you allow into your space, and who you receive guidance from. This could be people giving you bad advice too, wanting to see you come to ruin. The Three of Swords is disappointment. Like Spirit wants you to know that there are those that want to see you disappointed. They don't want you to win, which is, I don't like to read this kind of energy. It's really sad, but that's what's coming out. The universe is trying to help you to avoid this. Be choosy with who you receive advice from. Now's the time to strengthen your boundaries. Like, don't let everybody in your business. Don't let your right hand know what the left hand is doing. Like, move in silence. There's something about not letting people know your plans until they've already been fulfilled. Because it feels like there could be something that someone could possibly feel like they can do to mess it up for you. This could absolutely be you just not sharing what it is that you have going on. Spirit is saying, yes, you're right to keep that to yourself. It could also be someone trying to mess that up for you. Spirit is saying, don't trust everybody. As a matter of fact, trust yourself. If people have already shown you who they are and it is not a good thing, believe them. Don't make them show you 4 and 5 times. Believe them. If somebody has already made you cry, believe them. One of the greatest lessons that I've learned is that people rarely change. They will always be who they are. And they show you early on, many times we're not listening. I used to be a person, and used to be, right? I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that term, used to be, because I'm not that person anymore. I used to be a person that would believe in the good down to the bitter end. And when I say bitter, I mean bitter. I believed in the good to the bitter end, even when there was no good. I was just fooling myself, setting myself up for more disappointment and hurt and pain. Spirit just wants you to know, the universe wants you to know, at this Three of Swords, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't throw your pearl to swine. Okay? Preserve your heart. Protect yourself. Okay? Spirit wants you to know that that is the right thing to do. That is self-love. Okay? So this Five of Swords is really underlying the whole situation. And the Five of Swords is not good energy. It is very ugly intentions. It's disputes, it's arguments, it's that devil energy trying to create this distraction. to keep you preoccupied so you don't focus on your goal, or so that you don't see this opportunity when it comes your way. And again, it's coming out with the Page of Pentacles, which is very young energy, very possibly immature, unlearned energy. And then it also has the Nine of Cups. And I dare to say that this could be someone that is a little bit green. You know what they say about being green? Like sometimes there's a little envy and a little bit of jealousy there. This could be someone that is just getting started and they see you, or it could be someone that's been, in place for a while, and they see you stepping on the scene and you're already like established. It's almost like you getting started and you're already 10 steps ahead. It's like, well, how does he get to stand there when they just entered on the scene? How does that happen? Or it could be someone very immature that is challenging your authority. However that plays across, the Five of Swords is, arguments. It's very immature energy. It is, oh, I got your number. We're going to see what happens, right? Not wanting to let it go. Win at all costs type of energy. This is really the foundation of this reading. This is the intention that someone is moving through. That's why this situation exists, okay? The Five of Swords. That's too bad. I have known people that will wait years to get their lick back, which tells you like the nature of their heart. For someone to put up this facade and pretend like things are all good just to wait for that one moment, and will wait years to do this, right? To get you back. That says something about the heart of a person. It really does. And Spirit is saying, walk away. Like, don't even entertain that energy. Let them feel like they got the get back. Let them get their lick back. You just keep moving forward, right? Because there's something about you for this person to even go to this length to try to, destroy your opportunities or divert you off of your path. There's something about you that says that there's value with what you're doing, with who you are, with what you're carrying, right? Spirit is saying, focus on that, understand that, and understand that no one can stop what is planned for you. No one can stop or rearrange your destiny. We talk about destiny swapping. That's just people delusional. The only way that they can do that is if they convince you to give it, right? As long as you remain focused and pointed towards the direction that you're supposed to be going, nobody can take what you have. Nobody can take what's meant for you, right? And even if they manage to do it, it's not going to be what it was when you had it. That's the kicker. People get real excited. I'm going to take such and such, right? And I'm going to even get on relationships. I'm going to take her man, or I'm going to take his woman. And then when they get them, they're a whole different person. They weren't the person that they were when they saw them with you. They don't hold the same value that they had when they were with you, because the dynamics of the person has changed according to the relationship, right? What's for you is for you. Nobody can take that, right? And even if they manage to, it's not going to be what it was when you had it, is what Spirit is saying. So just stay focused, okay? And now we look at the World card here, which was about this happening anyway. As much as someone is trying to stop it or hide it from you or divert you from this path, it's happening anyway. I got so many cards that says that. The Ten of Cups, the World, the Three of Inspirations. But why is the World here? This is approaching, this movement, this enjoyable season, you being able to move towards this. you ending something and moving towards something else. You got 2 nights to verify and clarify the world. Nights are moving energy. You moving and having the spontaneity, having the passion and the drive to do this, whether it's ending things, whether it's moving towards things, whether it's traveling, like this is happening very quickly, very soon here. So stay focused right now. Keep your eyes open. Don't be distracted by drama. Completely ignore drama right now and focus your attention on things. Like if you have a goal list, this might be a time to focus on your goal list. Do some things concerning the goals that you set. This is a moment to get real focused and real stingy with your attention and your energy, okay? Because there's something specific that you are to be doing right now. So there's something about your next move that's hidden, but you need to be focused on it. There's something about someone else's next moves concerning you that could be hidden, but it doesn't matter as long as you stay focused and undistracted with all the moving mirrors and the distractions. And I feel like you already kind of made this decision. This was something that you may have been working on for a while. This may be something that you have demanded. And yeah, it's not something that happened overnight, but it's something you've been kind of slowly edging towards and looking for the opportunity. You've been very positive. You've been working discreetly. Like some of the decisions that you've made have been in light of this. And I just see a lot of intention, a lot of work being pointed towards this, what you see for yourself. This improvement that's been happening over time, little by little. And I feel like there's a little bit of intimidation around you, about you, because you're being seen as the Four of Voices, which is the Four of Swords, totally unbothered, unfuckwithable. I'm gonna say that word on here. You're being seen in that way. Excuse my language for those that feel offended by that, but that's a strong message coming through, and that's why things have come to where they are, right? Because of the way you're being seen as very strong, very centered, very grounded, pretty unstoppable, pretty resilient. And then there's just some that's very meek too and mild. That's what makes it so potent, because you're not even trying to do anything, but you just sit in this energy of being strong and resilient and grounded, unmovable, unshakable. This could be somebody that has been trying for a long time to knock you off. I don't know. But you're being seen in this light and very humble about it. You may not even realize how people are viewing you right now. Like you are pressure. That's what Spirit is saying. You are pressure for people. That's what you're not seeing. And they'll never tell you that. Like they'll point out your flaws, but they'll never tell you that you pressure. And that you are absolutely unstoppable. With the Three of Inspirations, this woman standing on these dominoes that are progressively flipping over. Let's see here. That's why the attack has happened. That's why the attack has happened, because someone see you moving and expanding. That's the secret that's being hidden. Possibly what's coming towards you, what's coming next. And I'm hearing for some, it's to do with love. For some, it's to do with like a spiritual upgrade. For some, it's to do with you realizing what you are worth. There's like this expansion of self happening within you. That's what the attack is about. It's almost like someone doesn't want you to see your worth. There's a fear of the unknown, the fear of that you won't choose someone else to come along on this voyage. And so that's part of the reason too, why someone is operating this way. So if someone's acting real strange, it's like real funny all of a sudden, keep one eye on that person. Yeah. They see you moving forward and, building better relationships for yourself and receiving good advice from people that care for you, that want to see you doing well. They see you really grabbing hold of what it is that you're good at and just like driving it in to the point where you stand out with what you do. Like I was saying, someone is like, well, how you just step on the scene and you just got here and you like are further along than everybody that's been here for 25 years, whatever it is. Someone may be feeling like they have a sense of authority over you because of age, something to do with time, because of how long you've been somewhere, but that has nothing to do with it. There's something that you've been working on all along, praying for, working hard, sweating, mastering, right? And so I feel like you deserve this. And you don't need anybody's permission. But this is someone's fear around it, right? That's why it's being withheld. But you end up on top. You come out of the situation. The Queen of Cups is a really mature energy that is a source of strength, not only for herself, but for others. She has been through some things, some very difficult seasons that has taught her a lot about herself and about others, that has taught her a lot about worth and value, intrinsic value. I feel like there's been a lot of time, a lot of work that's been done, that's going to allow you to stand in this place responsibly. Yeah. You are worthy. If it's love, you're worthy of it. Don't let nobody make you miss your boat. You're worthy of this. If it's some level of spirituality that you're stepping into, understand, and don't let anybody despise you because you're young, right? Each of us are being given a certain level of wisdom and authority. Sometimes it has nothing to do with age. Sometimes it has everything to do with the experience. And many of us have all kinds of experiences young in life, right? You hear of young daughters raising the kids while the mothers had to work. That young daughter is going to have a level of experience that kids that played during their childhood don't, right? And so just because age is a factor does not mean that that should determine what the situation is. It doesn't. And so if this is an age thing, you're young, don't let them despise you because of you're young. Step into your position, into your calling boldly. Okay, don't let them distract you or pull you out of your position, even if it means, and I feel like there will be times where you feel like you are purposefully looked over or left out. You're going to handle it just fine. You were called to this, okay? That means you have everything you need to handle the situation. Nothing will be withheld, okay? Now, this underlying energy unconsciously is the Hierophant. That is that spiritual energy of being in a position of authority that's very responsible. It's spiritual authority. as a result of your experiences. And I don't feel like you just woke up like this. This is something that you have definitely lived, you've earned, you've experienced, you've worked through. There's a lot of healing here with the Nine of Inspiration, the Knight of Materials, and the Strength. Like you've learned this very humble posture by what you've gone through, by what you've had to walk away from, people you've had to walk away from, times where you had to sit and wait and stew, right? You couldn't do anything but wait. Times where you had to work your fingers to the bone, right? Many times having to do 10 times more than everybody else. There's a sense of really taking ownership of your experience here. And I feel like Spirit is saying that is being rewarded. Now, I do want to see if it's you that's withholding and hiding information, or is it someone else? Is it my viewer that's holding back and withholding information? Because there's some secret here. The Queen of Wands comes out. Let me see. I say yes. And it could be about a connection that you have. It could be about a connection that you have. Let's see here. You're not telling anybody. Because you know that there's some envy and some jealousy. What is this that you are withholding? The Strength and the Queen of Wands. Your position, this opportunity, this venture that you have, you're not telling anybody about it. How you have aligned recently and how things have aligned for you. You're not speaking about it. That's good. Also, this could also, I'm getting the energy of romance too. There's something about the Queen of Cups. Again, that comes out again. This is your final card where you're going to end. And so you're not telling anybody about your love life, about your position, about how you're feeling about things. This sense of autonomy over yourself. Like you don't feel the need to have to explain that. You just are that. It does feel like a very kind energy. You could be opening up your heart, inviting in love right now. You could be sharing your gifts and your talents with others, specifically choosing who that is. You're being very, very picky about it too. Yeah. And so I do feel like when we started, I was feeling like there's something that's being withheld. And I don't know why there's this energy of people wanting to block you from where you're going, if they could. Of course, they can't. They're trying to. And if thoughts were daggers, right? Yeah, you'd probably be stuck with a lot of daggers. Not that they are effective, but just the thoughts that people have with this Five of Swords. It's like, yeah, unfortunately, I guess that's their issue, because there's something about you that is a little bit intimidating for some reason. So, and it could be that maybe you're not who you used to be. Maybe you are no longer who you were, which can be very uncomfortable for people. So, but that's neither here nor there, and that's not your problem. I feel like I'm speaking to someone who has things to do, right? You are being placed in certain positions for a purpose. That's between you and your God. That's between you and Source. And for some of you, that's between you and your ancestors. Some of you guys are on mission, right? And so I feel like Spirit just wants you to know that just keep your head down, focus. Don't be thrown off by all of the daggers, all of the foolishness, all of the moving screens and the smoking mirrors. Don't be thrown off by that. Keep your focus because it's already been set in motion, right? And keep your business to yourself. Be very choosy with who you confide in right now. Is there some opportunity that if people knew, they would most definitely try to throw a wrench in it? Don't do it, okay? Be very discreet with where you're about to go here, okay? That's what I'm hearing. Let's see, what else do I see here? That's it. Let me see, is there anything else? I just want to get a couple of numerology cards for any additional messages that Spirit may have as we end this. Any special messages as we end this? All right, so Spirit is wanting you to get active for whoever this is for. Health came out, physical activity came out. Spirit wants you to be more active or get more active. Somebody may need to move their lower chakras, get that hip area moving, get those joints open, get that space open. And that's going to stimulate something, I feel like, with your how you're seeing things, how you're tapping in, the messages coming through when you need them. You getting active is going to help that process. For others, there's a rebirth with how you're seeing things, how you are connecting with your higher self and your source. And that is kind of like what was operating underneath the surface, the Hierophant, is that energy. It's that connection with your higher source and how you are interacting with that energy or accepting, right? Some responsibility or some type of information that's coming through. This rebirth could represent a change in how you are operating in that capacity as it relates to your higher self or your source. I don't know if you are changing how you perceive your relationship. The Nine of Wands would say that maybe you are in a posture of waiting. Maybe you're no longer waiting. Maybe you've taken things into your own hands with the Knight of Materials and the Strength. Maybe you've realized your potential in this situation that you didn't need to wait. Like there was something about you being in this position of doing the whole time. Right? She's so much bigger, right? Imagine waiting for someone this size to come when you have the power the whole time. That's how I'm feeling about that. So there may be some huge shifts in your theological understandings and belief systems that is underpinning this whole message, is operating in the background, and it is causing some type of rebirth. Okay, that's what I'm getting. That may be what's being hidden, this rebirth. The Spirit is saying, you got this. Nothing can stop this. It's yours. It's already done. Okay, you just be responsible, focus, and keep doing what you're doing, because whatever it is, it's obviously working. No matter how people are responding to it, it's working. And so, yeah, that's the energy that came up today. As far as what was hidden, I feel like it's a little bit of both. Like people could be hiding things from you, not wanting to really be honest. But at the same time, I feel like you are absolutely hiding parts of your experience, your process with people. They don't need to know. There's some things that they don't need to know, even opportunities, right? There's a lot that's actually coming forward. There's a lot that you're experiencing that people may not need to know. They may be on a need to know basis, or not need to know at all, or just be selective with who you share things with. And so there is I feel like a massive rebirth, transformation that's happening, and people don't even know it. Whoever you are, it's happening. It's done. One thing that's always, held true for me, Dick Gregory said it. Once you put on those glasses, once you put on the magic glasses, ain't no taking them off. And so there it is there. That's the message here. Thank you for stopping by. Let me know if you have questions or if you want more information. If this was tapping in to your situation and you want to get a little bit more information, let me know. I'm open. Just hit me up in the comments. You can shoot me an email as well. And we will see you all next time. This is the energy that came out for Saturday. What's being hidden?